You're here because something in your consciousness just recognized a pattern you've been feeling your entire life, but couldn't quite name. That eerie sensation that you've been here before, that you're reliving the same lessons with different characters, that no matter how much you grow, certain core patterns keep repeating themselves. This isn't déjà vu. This isn't coincidence. This is what quantum physicists call a temporal recursion loop. And the fact that you're hearing these words right now means your awareness has finally developed the sophistication to detect the invisible prison that's been containing your life experience. I need you to understand something crucial. This recognition isn't happening by accident. Your higher self has been orchestrating this moment for decades. Every relationship that ended in the same way, every career opportunity that collapsed under familiar circumstances, every health challenge that followed predictable patterns. All of it was preparing your consciousness to recognize the artificial nature of these repetitions. The frustration you've been feeling lately? That claustrophobic sense that you're stuck in a life that's too small for who you're becoming? That's not anxiety. That's your quantum field pressing against the boundaries of the loop, testing its parameters, searching for the exit point you're about to discover tonight. Let me show you exactly how this loop has been controlling your reality without your conscious awareness. The quantum loop isn't a metaphor. It's an actual electromagnetic pattern that exists in what physicists call the zero-point field. It works by creating what's known as a probability dampening effect around your consciousness. Think of it like this. Your life isn't a straight line moving forward through time. It's more like a record spinning on a turntable, with the needle representing your present moment awareness. Most people's needles are stuck in the same groove, playing the same musical phrase over and over. They think they're hearing a complete song, but they're actually just experiencing a fraction of the music available on the record. Your loop has specific signatures that you've probably recognized, but didn't know how to interpret. Relationships that start differently, but develop identical dynamics. Financial patterns that repeat regardless of income level. Health issues that cycle back in slightly different forms. Creative projects that hit the same obstacles. Spiritual insights that feel profound in the moment, but somehow return you to the same baseline. These aren't random life events. They're the loop's maintenance system, ensuring you stay within predetermined experiential parameters. Here's what the spiritual teachers won't tell you. Your quantum loop wasn't created by karma or past life trauma. It was installed during early childhood as a consciousness safety mechanism. Before age 7, your brain operates primarily in theta and delta waves, states where consciousness has direct access to infinite possibility. This is why children display seemingly magical abilities like instant healing, telepathy, and reality manipulation. But this unlimited access is dangerous for a developing nervous system. So around age 7, what I call the loop installation protocol activates. Your brain begins filtering reality through specific electromagnetic patterns that create a manageable, predictable experience. This is necessary for survival and social integration. The problem occurs when the loop becomes too rigid, too limiting. When your consciousness evolves beyond the loop's parameters, but the loop continues to enforce its limitations. That's the tension you've been feeling, your expanded awareness bumping against artificial constraints. What makes your situation extraordinary is that most people live and die within their original loops without ever realizing they're in one. Your consciousness has developed the unique ability to detect the loop's operation, a capability that less than 1% of humans ever develop. I need to share something I've never spoken about publicly because I want you to understand this isn't theoretical for me. For 35 years, I was trapped in what I now recognize as a poverty and abandonment loop. No matter how much money I made, I'd eventually lose it through unexpected circumstances. No matter how deep the connections I formed, people would leave in identical ways. The breakthrough came during what I thought was the worst moment of my life. I was 42, living in a rented room, having lost my business, my marriage, and what I thought was my identity. One night, sitting on the floor because I'd sold my furniture, I had what can only be described as a quantum awareness shift. I suddenly saw my entire life as a series of patterns rather than a linear story. The business failures weren't random. They were identical collapses with different details. The relationship endings followed the same emotional trajectory. Even my childhood experiences mirrored what I was experiencing as an adult. In that moment, I didn't just understand the loop intellectually. I felt its electromagnetic structure. And I realized something that changed everything. The loop wasn't happening to me. It was happening through me. My own consciousness was maintaining it through unconscious agreement. That night, I discovered the 3-step loop dissolution protocol I'm about to share with you. Within 6 months, my life had transformed in ways that would have been impossible while the loop was active. The money patterns broke. The relationship cycles ended. Most importantly, I stopped experiencing life as a repetitive struggle and started experiencing it as genuine evolution. This protocol works by creating what quantum physicists call wave function interference in the loop's electromagnetic structure. You're not fighting the loop. You're introducing frequencies that cause it to destabilize from within. Step 1. Pattern recognition, 15 minutes. I need you to take out a journal right now. We're going to map your loop's specific signatures. Write down the answers to these questions. What emotional states keep returning regardless of external circumstances? What types of conflicts repeat in different relationships? What financial patterns persist despite income changes? What health issues cycle back in variations? What spiritual lessons feel familiar each time they appear? You're not doing this to dwell on problems. You're creating an electromagnetic map of your loop structure. The act of conscious observation begins disrupting the loop's unconscious operation. Step 2. Quantum observer shift, 20 minutes. Now we're going to employ what physicists call the participatory observer principle. Instead of identifying with the patterns you've written down, you're going to observe them as external phenomena. Close your eyes and visualize your life patterns as a light show happening in front of you. See the relationship dynamics as colored streams of energy. Watch the financial patterns as pulsating waves. Observe the health issues as specific geometric shapes. As you watch this display, repeat this key phrase: I am not these patterns. I am the awareness observing these patterns. This distinction creates the quantum separation necessary for loop dissolution. Step 3. Frequency overwrite, 25 minutes. This is where we actively rewrite the loop's programming. For each pattern you identified, you're going to create a frequency antidote, a specific feeling state that contradicts the loop's emotional signature. If your loop involves scarcity, immerse yourself in the feeling of abundance until it becomes more real than the scarcity. If your loop involves abandonment, bathe in the sensation of connection until it overrides the isolation. This isn't positive thinking. This is electromagnetic recalibration. You're literally overwriting the loop's frequency patterns with stronger, more coherent signals. The next 72 hours will be unlike any period you've experienced. As the loop destabilizes, reality will become unusually fluid. You might experience sudden insights that solve long-standing problems, unexpected opportunities that bypass previous limitations, Strange synchronicities that confirm you're on the right track. Emotional releases that feel like decades of weightlifting. Physical sensations of energy moving in new patterns. Some people feel disoriented during this phase. That's normal. You're essentially learning to navigate reality without the training wheels that have been stabilizing your experience since childhood. The most common sign that the loop is breaking is what I call temporal elasticity. Time will start behaving differently. Hours might feel like minutes, or moments might expand into rich experiences. This is evidence that you're escaping the loop's rigid timing mechanisms. Once the loop dissolves, you'll notice several fundamental shifts in how reality responds to you. First, manifestation acceleration. What used to take months or years will start happening in weeks or days. Not because you're using better techniques, but because you're no longer generating resistance through unconscious loop patterns. Second, relationship transformation. You'll stop attracting the same types of people and dynamics. New connections will feel genuinely different rather than variations on familiar themes. Third, creative explosion. Ideas and inspirations will flow from sources that feel beyond your personal mind. This is because you're accessing consciousness outside the loop's limitations. But here's the most important understanding. Loop dissolution isn't a one-time event. It's a new way of relating to reality where you continuously recognize and dissolve patterns before they can solidify into new loops. Your mission going forward is to become a pattern detective in your own life. When you notice familiar feelings or situations emerging, you now have the tools to recognize them as potential new loops forming and dissolve them before they gain momentum. If you're ready to end the loop tonight, I need you to make a declaration in the comments. Write these exact words: loop broken. This isn't just a comment. It's an electromagnetic signature that signals your quantum field to complete the dissolution process. It tells the universe you're ready to operate outside artificial limitations. The loop has served its purpose. It kept you safe while your consciousness developed the strength to handle unlimited possibility. But tonight, its work is done. Your awareness has graduated beyond its containment capacity. The universe has been waiting for you to recognize the prison door was never locked. It was just waiting for you to notice it was there. Welcome to genuine life experience. Welcome to unlimited possibility. Welcome to the reality where every moment is actually new instead of a variation of what you've already lived. The loop ends now.